Game 6 tonight here on the floor in Miami. LeBron James facing elimination once again.
That was the most confident he looked until the fourth quarter.
And there's Tim Duncan, who had a flashback to about 2003 for 3/4 of this game. He was remarkable.
That's why
he played sweet. He played big. I think he took it kind of personal, C-Web. A lot of times he got it. He was waiting for the double. The double never came, so he said, you know what? I'm big fundamental, the greatest power forward in the game. This is what I'm going to do.
Not a petty, not a Manny, but a facial.
Absolutely, and the smack across the face for good measure for Kawhi Leonard on Mike Miller. I thought it was just a face-to-face dunk. The smack for added emphasis. Mario Chalmers, bonus offense out of the Heat. He had 14 at the half, and they found themselves down. That seemed like an ominous sign for the defending champs. Duncan posts up Chris Bosh. He hit his first 8 shots in this game.
There was a play early in the first. Actually, it was Chris Bosh hit his first jumper. I seen the look on Tim Duncan's face. He came out, hit a shot at the glass. He was like, okay, here we go. But look at him, the young fundamental right there. Great pass by Diaw. Great finish by the big fundamental.
11 of 13 in the first half for 25 points at the break. Boris Diaw dives for the loose ball, finds Tony Parker, and 1. Spurs up by 4.
Tim Duncan put them in a position where they could have control going into this second half. And Kawhi Leonard, just another all-around solid performance here, just making play after play for the Spurs.
The Heat turned it over 15 times in this game. Leonard taking advantage there. James off on the 3.
They're going to continue to give him that shot. Luckily, late before it's overtime, he hit, I think, 2 of them. But you see the big fundamental playing Young. He putting up them C-Web numbers. 12 out of 15.
He finished with those 30 points. Chalmers, wide open, locked and loaded for another 3. He had 4 of 5 from the great beyond, finished with 20 on the night.
That's what makes LeBron so tough, and that's why he gets triple-doubles. You have to look at him. He's going to drive baseline, find you wide open, and right here, sure, everybody's going to love this. He loses his shoe, but let me tell you, people, it doesn't matter if you have your shoe on or off, as long as your follow-through is sick like that right there. Knocks it down.
Socket to him, Mike Miller. Knocks down the 3.
Waiting all day.
Yeah, he was waiting. You can tell he was waiting on that.
It only happened 45 minutes. Miller. And then it's LeBron.
And keep in mind, this entire run came with both Bosh and Wade on the bench. LeBron James, 16 points in that fourth quarter.
No headband.
You know what? We may not see the headband in Game 7. I'm interested to see if that's going to be the case.
That'll be a discussion for the next 48 hours. James with the block on Duncan on one end, the bucket on the other end, and this was one of those moments where he just reminds you of his absurd talent level.
Yeah, he's a very talented player. I said before the game, when you're a superstar player, you got to force your will on the other team, and that's what he did late in the fourth quarter. Had 16 points in the fourth quarter. Actually brought him back. The others got confidence off the way he played, and they were able to win this game.
7-0 Miami run gives them the lead at 84-82. Actually, wound up being 8-0.
Buckets.
Parker hits the step back 3.
And I thought the Spurs were going to win at this point.
Yeah.
I thought this game was the Spurs.
Another turnover by Miami. It's Parker with the steal on the other end. Tony all the way. He was 6 of 23 to get his 19 points.
That's either travel or great feet work. I'm not sure yet.
Spurs up 91-89 inside a minute. James inside loses it. He fouled Ginobili on the other end.
LeBron had 2 costly turnovers down the stretch. I actually thought the Spurs were going to win the game, but LeBron, right here, he misses the shot. They get it back. He hits this one. And then the one we talked about earlier, Ray Allen in the corner, they will make him tie the game up.
And credit Dwayne Wade on that possession. Keeping the ball alive, allowed the Heat to get that offensive rebound, and gave LeBron a second chance.
It was Wade who tipped it, so 94-92 now.
And they fouled Kawhi Leonard.
Fouled again. Or excuse me, not a foul again. They did foul Leonard, who had 1 of 2 at the free throw line.
And let's face it, the biggest moment of Kawhi Leonard's career at the free throw line here with an opportunity to seal it potentially.
Gotta get them one big one.
At that point, the door is ajar. And Leonard does connect on the second one, so it's a 3-point, but more importantly, one possession game. Another huge offensive rebound here. James misses on the 3. This time it's Chris Bosh going up and getting maybe the biggest rebound of his life.
And look at it. There's no Tim Duncan on the floor right there. And you wonder if Tim was in, and, you heard Greg say earlier, there might be questions about the substitution and rotation, but the 2 big threes that we saw were off of offensive rebounds, not off of plays being called. And you wonder if they had the size in, would they have gotten those offensive rebounds?
Last chance for the Spurs, similar to the last play they ran at the end of the first half in Game 5. They let him get momentum going to the rim, but he couldn't connect.
A lot of contact there, but in this situation, probably not going to get that call. Here we are in overtime. Big fundamental. Couldn't do it down the stretch. Kawhi Leonard, web app.
After the offensive board by Diaz, Spurs get out to a 99-97 lead. James out to Wade, little floater from him. And it's LeBron with the floater, excuse me.
Good use of the buddy ball right there.
Wade misses here. Spurs get the rebound. They elect not to call timeout. Ginobili.
And not to sub in Parker. Parker's on the bench right now.
And Ginobili turns it over. He had 6 of them. The star of Game 5 had a rough go of it in this one. 2 of 5 from the field.
There, but probably not going to get it.
Officially 8 turnovers to go with his 9 points. Last chance for the Spurs and a block by Bosh.
And to give Bosh credit, offensively hasn't had the kind of numbers, but keep in mind, with his responsibility having to deal with Tim Duncan in essence by himself, he came up big. Offensive rebounds, blocked shots down the stretch. He made the effort plays to help his team get to a 7th game.